everyone, welcome back to Bow and Arrow Garage. I know it's been several weeks since I put a video out, but I wanted to go ahead and put one out today. Today is the day after Christmas. So first of all, I want to wish everyone a belated Merry Christmas. I hope everyone had a fantastic time with family and friends, and I want to wish everyone a Happy New Year. But with that being said, I want to move into a little bit of an update on what's going on with the channel. So first of all, I got the tune on the truck done, and I'm pretty happy with it. It went a whole different route than I had expected, and I'll kind of get into that a little more into the video. But the truck is done, and I'm going to start focusing on the C3 Corvette a little bit more throughout the next coming weeks and months. But I will give you an update on the truck, kind of show you here in a minute a little clip of the engine running and revving up a little bit. But things just happen in life. I'm sorry it's been so long since I posted a video, and I will get into that in the video and explain kind of what happened. But you know, I want to try to be more consistent from here going forward. I don't necessarily know that I'm going to post every week, but I'm going to try. Life is just very, very busy. And through these last few weeks, that's what I've learned is that really time is our most precious commodity that we have. Time is, once it's gone, you can never get it back. So I've just been trying to take some time here in the last few weeks to spend with my family and get some of the things done that I need to get done so that I can concentrate on the channel and not have all these extraneous things that I need to do also, and just not have time for anything. So in this next week or so, I'm off of work. I'm going to try to get a lot of things done around the house and knock those things out, so that way I can focus in the new year on the channel and move forward from there. So with that being said, I'll give you a rev of the truck, and then once again, I want to say welcome back to the channel, and let's move into it. So today I was going to kind of give an update on the truck, on the C10, as far as the tuning process and how it's going. And I've come a long way. I've got a long way to go still, but I'm figuring it out. And I'll be honest with you, I almost gave in, and I almost sent out for a mail order tune, and just to get it going. But I decided to persevere and kind of try to knock it out myself. But unfortunately, this weekend, it's Thanksgiving weekend, and Wednesday night, I was walking out of the garage and I saw a puddle under my wife's car, which is behind me. And so it's an '09 Chevy Tahoe. It's kind of got a unique color. It's woodland green, but we got a really great deal on it, and that was in 2010, I guess. So the car, we've had it now for 11, probably going on 12 years. It's got 185,000 miles on it, and it has been a fantastic vehicle. So I'm going to go ahead and show you what we're going to do today on it. Like I said, we've got to fix this leak, and basically what it is that it has molded heater hoses on it, and one of the hoses is leaking. I'm just going to go ahead and replace them both, but there's a couple other things I want to do. So I'll turn the camera around and I'll show you exactly what we're going to end up doing.
I'm up here underneath the Tahoe in the rear of it. Anyways, I've noticed the last couple times I've driven it, which I don't drive it a whole lot, that when you hit a bump on the highway, it kind of rocks back and forth. It side to side. And so I was reading on forums, a lot of people were saying that the lower control arm bushings wear out, or this panhard bar. Let's see, here is pretty flimsy, and they said that the bushings will wear out. I checked them out, and they actually seem pretty good. But what I think it is, actually doesn't seem like it's going to do it now. But I guess it's got a little bit of, there it goes. So you can see the sway bar bushings are completely worn out. And so I'm going to go ahead and replace these sway bar bushings. Shouldn't be too difficult. But that's going to be it on the rear end. The end links are pretty good on the rear, so I'm going to leave those as is. But I'll show you what I've got going on in the front. So now I'm up under the front of the vehicle, and by the way, my kids have nicknamed this car the Moldy Taco because obviously it's a Tahoe and it's green. So anyways, so this is looking at the Moldy Taco. But if you look at the front, this is the passenger side. The sway bar end link, this bushing is completely gone. And I have replaced these before. I replaced them probably 2 or 3 years ago. And they are, I purchased these from Napa. I went ahead and purchased another set from the dealership. They're very expensive in my opinion for what they are. But I don't want to be replacing them every 2 to 3 years. The first set lasted 8 or 9 years, and this one's already worn out. So, and part of it may be due to the fact that these front bushings are worn out also. I'm going to go ahead and change those out. I got the new sway bar bushings installed. There is no more side-to-side play. Sorry for the camera. I'm trying to move it side to side so I can show. So I'm happy with that. I'm going to go ahead and move to the front sway bars, and we'll call it good. So just to give an idea of how worn the old bushings are, this is the old bushing here. That's the new one, and you can see it's pretty worn out. So I'm going to go ahead and get the new ones installed, and get the end links tightened down, and that should be it. We'll be pretty much done with this thing. We'll take it for a test drive. So you may be wondering why I'm showing a video of me working on the Tahoe when I have a video out, putting out a video for the truck tune. But I wanted to show you kind of the chain of events that happened. So I finished working on the Tahoe, and that was right after, I can't remember if it was, I think it was Friday after Thanksgiving. And then Saturday, I jumped into the tune, and you can see I have a lot of tune files here where I had been working on the tune. This upper row, I don't know if it's readable or not, but that is those are the tune changes that I had made. And then these lightning bolts here are the drives when I went through and drove it. And there are several more tune changes down here. So I was just taking it very slow and making changes to the tune and going and driving the truck, and I was making a lot of progress. And if you're ever doing this, there are a lot of good videos. There's a guy called YouTube channel called GoPro Garage. I was leaning heavily on him. There's another guy, Chopper Doc. I believe it's Chopper Doc 81. He seems really good. And then I actually had read a couple of books. I read a book by Greg Banish. I actually read it, and pretty much read it 1.5 times, I guess. And then there was another gentleman, I can't recall his name right now, but he has a couple of videos on YouTube also. So I read 2 books. I watched tons and tons of videos on tuning, and like I said, I was getting it, and I was pretty happy with the progress on it. But then we had Saturday morning, I was doing a lot of work on it, and I actually my mom was here. She was visiting. She was staying over for Thanksgiving weekend. And so Saturday morning I'd gotten up. I was trying not to wake her up. I'm a pretty early riser. And
unfortunately she was sleeping on the couch. She was just more comfortable there, and so I woke her up. And so anyways, I was there working on the tune, and she was sitting on the couch next to me, and you know, she finally looked over and she said, "What are you doing? You know, you've been spent several hours basically working on this." And I told her I was working on the tune for my truck, and she's like, "Oh, okay." And long story short, what ended up happening is later that evening, my mother ended up passing away, and so that's kind of the reason I haven't made a video in a while, because honestly, I felt very guilty that, you know, the last few hours of my mom's life, I was sitting here working on the tune and not really paying attention to her. And I know that, you know, I could have never known, you know, things are just the way things work out. But I guess there was a lot of guilt associated with it. So I ended up going ahead and doing the mail order tune, and I realized that, you know, just time is precious, and I had spent hours and hours and hours and hours working on this tune. As you can see, the tune files in here. That represents hours worth of work and trying to figure out which way I needed to go, and especially being new to it. And I learned a lot. And don't get me wrong, eventually I'll probably do my own tune, but I have a couple other vehicles. But anyways, that was kind of what, you know, the thing was, and I just really honestly haven't felt like making videos. And so I ordered the mail order tune, and worked with a company called Michigan Motorsports. They were very, very good. I think all the work that I did, I had here 29 changes, I think, and within 5 changes, he had it dialed in almost perfectly. So, anyways, it was definitely the way to go. I was a little frustrated in a way, because it's done all via email, and there's no phone number that you can call and talk to them in person. But really, I guess there was no need, because it really worked out pretty well. So anyway, so I got the truck running, and then afterwards I ran into another issue, and I'll kind of dive into that here in a little bit. But just wanted to show you kind of what was going on, and why I ended up going the route that I did. I'm the kind of person that once I get into something, I'm pretty hardcore about seeing it through to the end. And this thing was just taking hours and hours and hours and hours of my life. So I had to kind of pull back a little bit and realize that there were more important things. So anyways, got the tune done, and then I'll kind of, like I said, I'll show you some of the things I did.
Hey guys, I just wanted to give a little update on the truck. So I got the tune done, but the engine's making a little bit of noise. I think I have a bad rocker arm. I went ahead and ordered some new rockers and some new push rods, and that's the only component that I used from the old engine as far as the valve train goes. When I pulled the engine down, the engine that I got, the rockers and the push rods were worn down pretty good, but the ones that came off of my truck, they actually look pretty decent. So I just, to save some money, I just reused them. But I want to try to see if I can capture the sound it's making on camera. I'm hoping it's not a bad lifter. Obviously I put new lifters in the truck. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and put it in gear and kind of put a load on it and see if we can capture the sound it's making.
all the footage of me replacing the rocker arms in the truck, but at the end of the day, it didn't fix the problem. And so luckily for me, it turned out it wasn't a rocker, nor is it a lifter. What it turns out to be is that was injector noise that I was hearing. I actually went and bought a bottle of Chevron with Techron fuel system cleaner, put it in, and the noise quieted down tremendously. Still there just slightly, but anyways, I'm not too concerned about the fact that I replaced the rocker arms because it gives me a little peace of mind. I've heard horror stories about the needle bearings falling out of the trunnions in the stock rocker arms and basically damaging your engine. And so I'm going to be building the engine for the C3 Corvette, so I'll just use those rocker arms. I'm going to do a trunnion upgrade on them, and I'll use that. So I didn't really waste any money. It's just basically it's going to be used for a future build. And on that note, I'm going to be building the C3 Corvette. Basically, I decided I'm going to go ahead and build that engine up that I took out of the truck. I'm going to replace the cam bearings. I'm going to attempt to do it myself. I'm going to buy the tool for it, and I have seen people that were able to do it without removing the crankshaft, so I'm going to attempt that. I'm also looking at buying a 5-speed transmission for it, but the channel is going to take a little bit of a turn also. So many of you that know me personally know that I'm a licensed minister, and my whole intent with starting a channel was to free up some time and hopefully get monetized and be able to do this full time and have more time to work on my ministry. And so I've contemplated either starting a completely different channel or doing some ministerial stuff on this channel. And I think I've decided I'm just going to go ahead and do it on this channel. I don't want to start a whole nother channel. And so I know YouTube kind of recommends against, mixing stuff like that. And a lot of people may not necessarily want to see that content. And a lot of people that come for that content may not necessarily want to see the vehicle content. So my thing is that I ask is hey, if you don't want to see the vehicle stuff, just don't watch it. And the same thing with the ministerial stuff. If that's not your cup of tea, then, then just don't watch those videos. I'm going to have them separated into a playlist. But it's something that is a part of me, and it's something that I need to do, especially in light of the events I talked about in this video. I think that it's imperative for me to move in that direction. So I want to wish everyone a happy new year. Hope you enjoy the videos, and we'll see you next time.